Hello my friends, this is Moonday and welcome back to my channel. In today's reading we're going to find out what psychic abilities, like esoteric abilities, magical abilities, you should explore. I thought it would be a fun little reading, something interesting, something different than my other readings. Maybe that is going to, I don't know, help you choose something. We'll see. So I thought, why not? Before I start, a few things to say as usual. First of all, thank you so much to everyone who's liked, who has subscribed to my channel, who has left me a comment. You guys are amazing and I'm extremely thankful for all of you. So thank you once again for all your positive energy towards me. I'm sending you a lot of love and all the good vibes. The second thing is that this is a general reading, so obviously not everything is going to resonate with every single one of you. So take whatever does resonate with you and simply leave the rest. If you're not a fan of this kind of videos or of me, you can always click off of this video and find the content on YouTube that you will enjoy much more. So, don't worry, no harsh feelings. The last thing is that I am an intuitive reader, which means I don't just stick to the meanings from the book, so please keep that in mind when you listen to my messages. Alright, so for those of you who don't know how do these kind of readings work, we've got three groups of cards. Group number 1 with the Red Carnelian, group number 2 with the Snowflake, Obsidian, and group number 3 with the Citrine. And you intuitively choose one group of cards. You can pause this video right now, you can meditate on your choice, you can use a pendulum, you can choose by crystal, by number, by whatever is calling out to you the most. And then whenever you're ready, the timestamps are going to be in the description box down below, so you can go there and just click on your timestamp and you'll get straight into your message. So without any further ado, let's just go to the group number 1. Wait. Hello group number 1, I hope you're doing well. So let me remind you, in today's reading we are going to find out what psychic abilities or like esoteric knowledge you should expand, pursue, maybe think about learning, these kind of things. And this is for those of you who have chosen this Red Carnelian stone. So let's just get into your reading. Okay, we've got the Hanged Man, we've got the Ten of Cups, we've got Breathe, we've got Clairaudience, we've got the Jupiter, and we've got Pluto. Alright. So as you can see, you've got quite a few choices, group number 1. First of all, what I'm seeing for you is, okay, that might sound not very esoteric and not very psychic and whatever, but yoga. I don't know if you are taking yoga classes or practicing yoga or have always been interested in yoga, but I don't know, with this Hanged Man here and with the Breathe card, I'm definitely seeing yoga. So you might be thinking, well, how the hell would yoga be esoteric, psychic, whatever? But it can be, because it is a very deep spiritual practice as well. You don't have to pursue that path if you're only interested in the physical exercises, but if you're interested in the spiritual side of yoga, you can always find out more about it, learn more about it. So in this case, with this Hanged Man, to me he really represents some kind of physical exercises, and I don't know why the first word was yoga, with this breathe as well, because you do have, I think, some breathing exercises. For some of you, I'm also getting the meditation, so not only yoga but also meditation. Maybe some of you are meditating in a different position that you normally are being asked for. So maybe you don't meditate by, I don't know, sitting on a chair or whatever, maybe you're meditating while you're doing something else, or while you are occupied by some other action, because you can always meditate in every single situation of your life. It could be also, I don't know, you can always meditate while you're washing the dishes. I know it sounds a bit weird, but trust me, it is possible. So you can always learn about something like that. Breathing exercises go in here as well. Yeah, with the message from Archangel Raphael: take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. So this is the first thing I'm getting for you guys. The second, I'm just going to go to the obvious one, clairaudience. Clairaudience means clear hearing. So we have Archangel Zadkiel. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. So clairaudience, like I said, it's clear hearing. It is the psychic ability to hear things that normally, I don't know, people don't really hear. And I'm not talking here about what is it called? I don't know, I forgot the word. But I'm not talking about the normal, like, when people have this health problem when they're hearing voices. You can tell the clairaudience is there if the messages you're getting in your head are loving, are beautiful, are full of warmth, and they never ask you to harm yourself or others, so that you will know this is like your spirit guide, your angel, telling you these things, and sometimes when you're having, let's say, a little conversation in your head with yourself, you can tell that this is not your own voice and these are not your own thoughts popping up in your head. So that's why you can tell when the clairaudience is activated, let's say. The next thing about this is you will hear the things that maybe you're wondering about something, you have a problem, let's say in your life you're thinking about something, and all of a sudden you're walking down the street and someone is talking about the same situation that you're experiencing, and they're kind of talking about the solution for that or something like that. So you will hear things like that also, like somewhere on the street or in the radio, you're wondering about something and then there is this, I don't know, song in the radio all of a sudden that, like, let's say, speaks exactly about what you're having problems with. So it is a little bit like synchronicity, but it's not really a synchronicity. If you do have the gift of clairaudience, you will definitely know what I'm talking about, because it is difficult to explain, but you will just hear a lot of things that other people might not notice, or this is not your own self telling you this. So this is a very interesting and nice gift. I don't think I've got it. I'm more like Claircognizant myself, so there we go. But this is the Clairaudience. With the Ten of Cups, this might be not a very psychic ability, but I feel like you can be very sympathetic towards others, and you might be a little bit of an empath as well. You're somebody who is also full of very good positive energy, and if you really want to, you can send this loving energy to others as well. You can literally bless people with your energy. I'm getting a little bit of healing abilities as well, which means that, you know, if someone is struggling, whether it's a physical condition or whether, you know, someone is just going through a difficult time, you can focus on them and send them this good, positive, blessed energy, you know, a lot of blessings, lots of love, and they will receive that. Because I'm getting from this card, I'm getting a lot of, like I said, happiness, the beautiful, clear, happy energy, the very positive energy, very loving and pure energy. Some of you might not realize that you have this kind of thing. I'm also getting a very beautiful aura about you. Some of you might be also the rainbow children. You know, there is a few generations of people. Apparently there's the indigos, there is crystals. I'm a crystal by the way. There is rainbow people and stuff like that, so you might be one of the rainbow people, rainbow children. If you feel like it might be about you, you know, you can always find more information on YouTube or anywhere else, and you'll discover much more. There is also one more thing about that. You might be either have been a rainbow child yourself, or you might be having a rainbow child in the future. So you know, if you're interested in this kind of things, you know, maybe try to have a look, you know, about what is the characteristics of like rainbow children, rainbow people, how to nurture their abilities and stuff like that. We have the Pluto and Jupiter as well. So with the Jupiter, we do have like this expansion, and also this is the planet of growth, of wealth, of money related thing, of prosperity. So what I'm getting from that is, you know, you can you can be good in manifesting, like I said, the wealth, prosperity, money related things, job opportunities, you know, promotions at work and stuff like that, you know, if you just put your heart into it. You know, you can use the planet of Jupiter to help you manifest things like that. The day that is connected to the planet of Jupiter is Thursday, by the way. So if you want to work with the planet Jupiter, I think the best day would be Thursday, and the waxing moon, when the moon is growing. We also have the Pluto card, which is the last card I've got here for you. Energies of Pluto. When practicing magic for pressing and difficult decisions, for coming to terms with the past, for moving forwards with a more positive attitude, and for the lifting of karmic restrictions. So this is something just for you. You know, working with the past lives, working with the karma from past lives. You can also pursue something like that if you're interested in this kind of things. Yeah, I'm not really getting anything else from this card, to be honest, but yeah, this card is really linked to rebirth. It is the sorry, the god of Hades, you know, I mean of Hades, god Hades. In the Greek mythology, I forgot to mention Jupiter is Zeus. If anyone is interested in this kind of things, in the Greek pantheon, so Jupiter is Zeus, Pluto is Hades. So, you know, if you know anything about Greek mythology, you know kind of what these cards represent, what these planets represent. But like I said, Pluto is the card of the rebirth, of closing the chapters, I would say, closing some of the chapters. So if you do have something from your past that you want to heal, that you want to move on from, you know, working with the Pluto would be also a great thing to do. And for that, the best day is Saturday, when the moon is waning, by the way. So yeah, this is it. Group number 1. I hope you did get something from it. There is quite a few abilities that you might have, quite a few things to develop if you're interested in that, you know. So I hope I did give you some ideas. Maybe while listening to this, you're kind of like, oh yeah, this is what I've got, or this is what I'm really interested about, or but I wasn't sure. So I do hope it was helpful to you guys. If you did like this video, please don't forget to like it. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I try to post new video every Friday. Also leave me a comment, tell me how it did resonate with you, and thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Hello group number 2, I hope you're doing well. So let me remind you, in today's video we're going to find out what kind of psychic abilities, esoteric knowledge, or just anything in this kind of field maybe you should pursue, you should develop, you should learn more about. Maybe you will discover something new while watching this. And this is the Snowflake Obsidian group. So let's just go straight into the reading. So we've got the 9 of Wands, we've got the 4 of Wands, we've got Nurture, we've got Claircognizance, and we've got Mercury and the East. Okay. Sorry, I'm just gripping the cards a little bit to help me gather my thoughts a little bit more. So I will know what to do, where to start with. And I'm thinking about starting with these two cards, with the 9 of Wands and the Celestial Body of Mercury. Which some of you might be familiar with, because lately the term Mercury retrograde is very popular and almost trendy, I would say. So yeah, I'm not gonna start from the obvious, just give it a second, but I'm gonna start from this. Okay, so with the 9 of Wands, I don't know what is it about you, group number 2, but you are being extremely defensive about something, you know. You're being extremely defensive. You I don't know, for some of you I'm getting the stubbornness, for some of you I'm getting the energy of being like no, I don't have any psychic abilities, and I don't believe in them, and you know, you can just fuck off, you know, and whatever. I don't know, I'm getting something like that. I don't know, also for some reason I'm getting a massive energy of Capricorn. Maybe it's this stubbornness, maybe a little bit of Aries as well, when it's like, I don't believe in this kind of things. I'm watching this, but I don't believe in this kind of things. Okay. I don't know. I'm just saying what's what is in my mind, what my intuition is telling me. So I'm getting that you're kind of on the fence when it comes to all these things. You might be someone who is a little bit interested in things like, I don't know, tarot and clairvoyance and maybe mediumship and things like that. You're watching it, but you're very almost cynical about it, you know, when you're watching this, but you like to diss everything that you watch. Obviously this is not for all of you, I'm just getting this as one of the energies I'm getting. You're very skeptical about it on one hand, and that's the thing, on one hand this is your ability, you know, this is a good thing about you, because you don't take everything that they tell you for granted, you know. You're just like, no, first I need to eliminate all the possible causes for something like that to happen, and then maybe I will believe that, you know, this is a psychic ability, this is something not from this earth, that not everyone can do, and not everyone can think, can feel, can find out. So it sounds very mundane, but this could be one of your psychic abilities, which is very interesting, because like I said, skepticism is actually really good, and a lot of people in the let's say community, in psychic community, is kind of lacking it, you know. Everything you see is like, you know, you see a feather and you're like, oh my god, this is the sign for the universe, but you don't want to see a massive pigeon just next to this feather, who is like, I don't know, who just shed that feather, you know. And with your logic mind you will be like, well, this is not a sign from the universe, it's if the pigeon is next to it and this is a pigeon's feather, you know, like it's not a sign from the universe. Oh, you know what I'm saying. It's like a very healthy, good skepticism. Okay, let me move on to Mercury. It is funny because I also feel like a lot of you don't really subject to this Mercury retrograde thing, you know. Maybe you have heard about it, maybe you know, you see that people are like, oh my god, this is the Mercury retrograde affecting me, and you're just like, well, I'm just like I normally am, you know. There's nothing that literally makes me feel any different or makes my world any different. But this is for Mercury is also the planet of travel, of communication. It is linked to the Greek god Hermes, and Roman god Mercury, and he was the messenger of the gods. The day for working with Mercury is Wednesday as well, and if you are interested in these kind of things, if you are interested in any type of workings that will help you to will help you with your communication abilities, you know, to be to communicate yourself more clearly, more better, or with any type of travel stuff, you know, the best time is the waxing moon for that as well, which means when the moon is growing. What does it say? When practicing magic for communication, for talking and connecting with friends, for all forms of travel, for manifesting results in the material world, and for bringing different elements of life together. So you do have this kind of abilities, you know. But if you want to pursue something like that, like I said, the best day for that is Wednesday, and when the moon is waxing. Okay, now let's move on to more interesting things, I would say. Well, this was quite interesting, but I'm just going to move into this one. We've got the Four of Wands and we've got the Nurture with Archangel Gabriel. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. And with this Four of Wands, I do have, you know, it means to me some kind of a celebration of some kind of gathering, some kind of stability in the material world as well. So again, I feel like this group might be thinking, oh my god, my abilities are so mundane and so boring, but trust me, they're not. So I'm getting that. Also your psychic ability, your unusual ability, that, believe me or not, but not everyone, like not everybody has. He's bringing this stability in a relationship, bringing this stability, you know, into your partnership, into your friendships, into marriages, into any type of relationship, you know. You are someone who is very stable. You know, you do have this inner stability. You might be thinking, oh my god, but I'm so chaotic. But you are bringing stability to other people's lives. Also with this nurture, I'm getting that you've got a very warm, nurturing energy, almost motherly like, and it doesn't mean it's only for your own children, you know. It could be also for other people. When other people are around you, when other people might be telling you about their troubles in life, they feel like they're talking with their own parent who is going to listen to them, who is going to give them very often a very good advice, or at least listen to them, you know. They will feel like they can come to you and you will just listen to them and you will understand them. And when after you listen to them, they feel much better about themselves and their problems and whatever has happened. Also, if you do have children, or if you're planning to have them in the future, this is also something that you are going to be a very spiritual parent. And what I mean by that is, you're somebody who is very open. I mean, you see, there's the thing. I just wanted to say something that would be very contrasting to what I said about this card. So that's why, you know, that's why I say this is a general reading, and not every single thing is going to be for you. So that's why I say take whatever resonates. Because some of you are very also like spiritual people, you know, you do believe in a lot of things. I'm not saying that people who are skeptics, you know, don't believe in any higher power, but I'm also saying that some of you are very spiritual. You believe in some higher powers, in gods, goddesses, angels, you know, spirit guides, and you would want to raise your child or children in this way as well, and they would be open to a spiritual side of life, not only the materialistic one, but also the spiritual side, you know. So so yeah, this is what I'm getting from this. Okay, so let me move on to the last cards, and we've got the Claircognizance. I'm gonna start with this, with Archangel Uriel. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. I am Claircognizant myself, and Claircognizance means clear knowing. So basically, there are some things that you just know about. You don't know how, you don't know where did that knowledge come from, but you just know about things. And you know, this is not something that you have learned yourself, that you have read about, or whatever, you know. This is just something that comes to you, and this is coming from, I believe, and my spirit guide, my angels, my higher power. You know, sometimes it is manifesting in a way that you're talking with somebody and you just know what are they going to say, or you just you know, even before they start talking to you, you just know what are they going to tell you. Or in my case, it was that some people were coming to me and they were just like, oh, you know, I just want to tell you about something. And I was like, for example, you're pregnant, or I don't know, something, you know. And they were like, oh my god, how did you know? I'm like, I don't know, but I just had a feeling, you know, that this is what you want to say or whatever. So yeah, something like that, something along those lines. Obviously, claircognizance doesn't mean that you know that everybody around you is pregnant, but it could be one of the things you you just know about. So that is a very interesting ability to have, and I don't know. I think it might be my only ability, or maybe I just didn't really discover the other ones, because who knows, we only use 10% of our brains, so I believe we all have some kind of psychic abilities, but we just need to discover them, or discover our talents, you know, a little bit more, and see which psychic ability is the strongest in us. So yeah, and the last thing, we've got the direction of the east, and this is what it says. The east is the direction to work with when seeking for enlightenment or illumination, when beginning a new project, when looking for original ideas and inspiration, or when starting a new phase of life. So with this, I feel like the best times to work with this kind of energies is when the moon is waxing, so when the moon is growing, and also from the new moon, starting from the new moon towards the full moon, because it is also when the moon is growing. So when your manifestations for getting something, for achieving something, would be like the strongest. But I don't know. The east. I'm really bad when it comes to directions, and I don't remember. I'm terrible, but I don't remember whether I mean what whether it's the east linked with water. I think the west is linked with water. Well, anyways, you can read about it, find about it yourself. But this is the best direction for you to work with. The actually the connections with this direction. So there we go. Enlightenment, illumination, new projects, new ideas, new phases of life. So yeah, this is all I've got for you, group number 2. I hope it was fun, and I hope you learned something from it. If not, then maybe it was just fun to listen to me rambling about it a little bit, or maybe you have discovered something about you that you want to pursue in your future. So yeah, if you did like this video, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I try to post a new video every Friday. Also leave me a comment, tell me how it did resonate with you, and thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, group number 3. I hope you're doing well. In today's reading, we're going to find out what are your psychic abilities to explore, or what type of esoteric knowledge you should explore. There is going to be a few things for you to choose from, basically, but yeah, let's have fun and let's see what is in there for you. And this is the Citrine group. I really like this Citrine. I haven't been using this crystal before in my readings because it was just sitting on my prosperity altar, but I have decided to add it to the readings as well. Maybe that will help. So we've got the Two of Wands, we've got the Queen of Cups, we've got prosperity, we've got courage, we've got autumn, and we've got fire. Okay. Let me just group the cards for a second. Because I'm not sure what should I start with. Okay, well, actually, maybe I should start with this just in case. So we do have the wand and we do have the cup, so we have the fire and water energy. So that is a little bit of alchemy to me, a little bit of merging the contrasting elements, the fire and water. It's like trying to make oil and water blend together, which we know is kind of impossible, but you're somebody who do have this unusual abilities to merge, like I said, contrasting ideas, contrasting elements, contrasting powers in your life, and kind of, you know, after just meddling them together, just have something out of it, you know, not a mess, but something comes out of it. And this is something that is beautiful, creative, innovative, and very helpful, that's for sure. With this Queen of Wands, what is Queen of Cups, you know, this is a very emotional, nurturing energy, you know. I'm getting that a lot of you in this group might be empaths, so you might be feeling very deeply the energy surrounding you, the aura surrounding you, other people's emotions and emotional states as well. So I'm getting that you should learn how to protect yourself from being affected by other people's energies. This is something that I'm trying to learn myself, how to shield myself. But yeah, it is possible. It is possible. There's tons of books about how empaths can shield their own energy. There are tons of videos on YouTube, tons of articles. So the knowledge base is quite big. So, oh, sorry. I'm just a little bit tired today. You know, so this is something like that. Also, I'm getting that you just need to be in touch with reality. If you're somebody who prefers to live in your own world, in your dreamland, you know, more than you prefer the normal physical world, then, you know, just this card kind of reminds you, stay in touch with the reality, because as much as you might hate it, you know, you need to stay grounded in the reality as well. So don't forget about that. What else do I have for you guys? Okay, I'm gonna move to this prosperity card. This is the Archangel Ariel. Your material needs are provided as you follow your intuition and manifest your dreams into reality. So a lot of you are really great manifestors, and you know, you can manifest the prosperity and the material abundance easier than you think and easier than other people. But I'm getting that for some of you, you might be thinking like, yeah, I'm manifesting material abundance, that means I'm gonna win a lottery tomorrow. Well, it's not in that way. When I say you're manifesting prosperity, it could mean something as mundane as getting overtime at work. You know, they might be asking you like, oh, do you want to do extra few hours today, and you're gonna be like, no, you know, I don't want to, because I'm manifesting my material prosperity right now, so I need to be prepared for that. I need to wait for that moment to happen. And this is how your material prosperity is kind of, you know, like you're here and your prosperity is like, you get what I mean? It's like you're trying to manifest money and then you're being offered money and you're kind of like, no, because I'm manifesting money right now. You know, it doesn't make sense. That's the whole thing. Because I know a lot of people who are complaining that they don't have money, and every time you know, they're being asked, oh, do you want to do overtime, they're like, oh no, I don't want to. So, and then they complain, oh, I don't have money for this and that, and you're just like, well, you were just asked if you want some extra money and you said no to that. So the universe is not going to give you more chances because you constantly say no. But there we go. You are a very powerful manifestor when it comes to prosperity. I know it has nothing to do with the rest of the cards, but I was saying that in the previous groups because they did have some astrological elements, planet elements. So the best day to work your prosperity magic, your prosperity rituals, let's say, it would be Thursday, because this is the day of Jupiter and this is the planet that is linked to expansion, to wealth, and when the moon is waxing as well. So that means when the moon is growing, because it helps to your manifestations to grow as well when, you know, this planet, because in astrology the moon is the planet, by the way. I'm not the astrologist myself, so please, you know, don't think of me as some astrological guru, whatever, but this is some stuff I know, because this is like one of the, I think, the basic stuff of astrology. So this is what I at least know. So just saying. So Thursday, waxing moon, prosperity rituals. Then I'm gonna move to the autumn. Autumn is associated with death, loss, and mourning, as well as emotional healing and letting go. So it is a good time of year to reflect on the past and to come to terms with any unfinished business. So what I'm getting from this card is mostly the emotional healing. This is what kind of pops to me, and especially with the Queen of Cups over here, when I said she's a very emotional card. She's you know, very nurturing, emotional, stable card. So this is, again, this might not sound like a major psychic ability, you know, but the emotional healing, the, like it says, reflecting on your past, letting go of things, you know, moving on. It is something that should come to you easier than to other people. I'm getting that for some of you, you might also be helping other people with that things, with things like, once again, emotional healing, letting go, moving on, you know, trying to forget about the past that was not very, maybe positive, you know, maybe not everybody is very proud of their past. So maybe you're somebody who is also helping people to kind of come to terms with that and being like, you know, a past is the past. You can't change it, you know. From now on, you can only do better, and you can move on, and you can do things in a different way. You know, you don't have to live in your past. I'm saying that myself, and I'm somebody who's like, oh, I remembered what I said, I don't know, 20 years ago, and I feel so terrible about it still, you know, after 20 years, let's say. So, you know, you can literally help people with something like that. You can just tell them it doesn't matter. Most of people don't really even remember what you said this 20 years ago, and most of people don't even remember what you said yesterday. So, you know, don't beat yourself down because of something like this. Don't let yourself down. I don't know, this is honestly all I get from this card, so I'm gonna move on, because I'm not gonna try to scrape the card for the meanings, because it doesn't make any sense. And we have the fire, the courage, and once again 3 of Wands. Wands is traditionally the element of fire, and courage to me is also kind of a fiery aspect of our life. That's why I put those 3 cards together for you guys. So we have the Archangel Ariel saying be courageous and stand up for your beliefs. We have the remember that fire is the element of the passions, and give courage and strength to fight for quality of life. It is the element of physical challenge, sensation, and sexual energy. When fire is out of balance, it becomes destructive and needs boundaries and control. So it does even say this is the element of courage. Also, I wanted to say fire is the element of transformation, because fire transforms things, you know. It can either transform something in a destructive way, like it can transform wood into dust, almost into ash basically, and it can transform your food from the raw to cooked. So, you know, it could work both ways. It could be transformative in a positive way, so it's going to give you a nice cooked meal, or it can transform in a negative way, which means it's going to turn everything into ash, into a pile of ash basically. So you are somebody who can either work for the destructive powers or the building powers in your own self. Obviously the choice is yours. I do believe in something like karma, you know, so I do believe if you decide to choose the path of negativity, destruction, and, you know, bringing destruction to others, this is going to come back to you, could come back to your family, your loved ones. You don't have to believe, you don't have to share the same beliefs with me. That is completely fine. It is up to you. I'm just telling you what my beliefs are. So that's why I would only use the element of fire to bring good. However, there's only one case that the destructive powers of fire are good, and it is when we are banishing something negative from our life. So to give you an example, if there is something you really hate about your current situation, you really hate about yourself, it is really difficult for you to move on from something. You can write it down on a piece of paper and you can burn it to the ash. And this is how you're going to release that negativity. This is how you're going to destroy this negativity surrounding you or your situation. You can write down some kind of blocks on this piece of paper, and then put it on fire. And by blocks, I don't mean literally people. You know, if you think like, oh yeah, I want a promotion at work, but this kind of, I don't know, this bitch is like in my way, I'm gonna write her name on a paper and burn it. It doesn't work like that. This is not what I want to just say. Is, for example, if you want this promotion at work, but you feel like you are being a little bit too on the lazy side, and you should be a little bit more on the productive side, just write down something like, you know, my laziness at work, and then put it on fire, and this is how you're gonna remove this obstacle or block. This is what I mean by banishing something by fire. But obviously, like I always say, the choice is yours, so do whatever you want. You've got a free will, so that's completely fine. Just please don't forget, before you do anything like that, to kind of learn a little bit more about it. So that means you can research the topic a little bit more before you do anything, because I think it's just good to know more things about stuff. Well, this could be just me, but hey, I'm just telling you what I think. And with this Three of Wands, I'm getting like also being a visionary, and the Three of Wands is traditionally the card of, well, seeing very little first results of something you have tried to do. You know, with the Two of Wands, you're seeing your ships sailing away, and with the Three of Wands, you're seeing your ships coming back. So you're observing that. So the first step has been taken. This is the second step of your journey, when you're waiting for your ships to come back and you're slowly seeing them coming back. So with that, you also need a lot of courage and a lot of strength, because it is all about, like it says, the quality of life. If you start doing something, you can't expect some kind of results starting to show up slowly. And this is like literally all I'm getting for you guys. And maybe this group wasn't the most magical, esoteric group from all of them, but there is a lot of potential in each and every one of you, and you can discover as many psychic abilities, esoteric knowledge, you know, as you want, because it all depends on you, how you feel about it, what interests you the most. And you know, it's your choice if you want to pursue that or not really, so don't give up. This is all I've got for you, group number 3, and I do hope it was fun to listen to and I wasn't boring you to death. If you did like this video, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I try to post a new video every Friday. Also, leave me a comment, tell me how it did resonate with you. And thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.